Hello and welcome back. This is like, I think I've missed maybe 3 weeks of like proper updates, but genuinely I have been feeling so well and haven't really been having any specific pregnancy symptoms. I was like, why don't I just wait a couple of weeks and collate them all together? So here I am with a couple of new updates for you. We are now coming into our 20th week. I'm like 19 and a bit weeks. So this is just insane, proper little baby bump now. It's so cute. I love being pregnant. I'm one of those really annoying people that's like, I just feel so well, I feel so good, I feel so sexy. That is one thing actually that I did not write on my list, but my like libido, every time I feel pregnant, I have like this real like, whew, I feel so good in my body, like that extra blood flow, everything just feels so good. Orgasms are like whopper. So that's interesting. Nice little update that I haven't maybe talked about on here. My skin has been really good as well. It's just like really cleared up. I normally get this like perioral, so like around my mouth, perioral dermatitis, that really peaks in pregnancy, and it's generally stress related, but that seems to have completely cleared up now, which is so lovely. Yeah, lots of things to update you on. Very much like feeling pregnant now, which I guess like is new because I've been feeling so well until now that I would honestly like forget that I'm pregnant. But I've been having a couple of new things that have happened. The first one is, I guess, just because, oh, like, can I just lift up the dress and show you my granny knickers? I've been wearing these like super high-waisted. They're just so lovely. But because the bump is getting so big, my tummy button has started doing this funny thing where it like it never totally pops because I have an innie, but it gets like stretched, and my skin has started to feel a bit stretched. And so that doesn't feel like super comfortable, but I've just been like lathering on like lotions and oils and doing a little bit of massage and just really trying to rest. In the next video coming up, I'm going to share some of just like a little sprinkling of my pregnancy must-haves, but let me know if you do want me to do like a full video on that, sharing like the lotion that I've been using, different postures and positions that have been really nice. I have been experiencing some less than fun things, like bleeding gums, which is not so fun, that itchy tummy, which is not nice, and then some like dizziness, waking up in the night like 3 times or so to pee, which feels like a lot, but this is why for me I always feel like I sleep so much better once the baby is actually out. Even though, you know, you're obviously waking for nighttime feeds and stuff, I feel like I sleep so much better. I'm also looking at myself and thinking, so this is my wedding ring, which still luckily fits, but you can almost see the band of where the my engagement ring is no longer on my finger, mostly just because I felt like it was very restrictive. I probably needed to go up a size. Like, I'm no longer the size that I was when we got married. I was like a teeny weeny, and trained an awful lot, and just now it's not a priority in my life at this time. And so I took off my engagement ring. We're still very much married, but that's been like a big change, and I never really got like swollen in pregnancy, but all of a sudden it felt like something I needed to do just for like from a comfort perspective. So the ring is off, no swelling, still feeling really good, still training, as in like moving my body almost every day. Mostly I've been sticking to like Pilates, a lot of walking, a lot of yoga. I'm not doing classes at the moment just because the classes in the yoga barn, which is nearby me, are evening classes, and they don't start until like 7:15. And at that point in the evening, although I definitely did a lot of like building my business for the last 5 years around the times when my kids slept, now in like where I am in my pregnancy, my body is just like, this is sleepy time. So I'm in bed by like 9:30 every night, which is so lovely, and my body really thrives on that, but it means that I'm not getting a whole lot done, and definitely not working out in the evenings like I used to do. I have been up until now feeling like really quite unwell like I had an awful cough. The boys were really like snotty, and I feel like the last 3 weeks I've only just gotten over that and recovered from that, because pelvic floor health with pregnancy, with a cough, bad combination. I was finding that when I was like really deep, like belly coughing or like coughing a lot, I was like peeing myself a little bit every time I coughed, and I did not want that happening. So I've been back on really looking after like my pelvic floor health, really trying to like be intentional about that, adding pelvic floor, like deep core pelvic floor movements into my everyday working out. I'm back consistently doing my body ready method, daily movement workouts and things like that, and that's been really, really helpful. And I'm no longer peeing when I cough, which is fantastic, or sneeze or any of that stuff. And I think it's one of the things that, like, dare I say, it just comes with the load of pregnancy, but it doesn't have to be that way. And I have never been one to have like pelvic floor dysfunction afterwards, because I really make a priority of working on it, but it doesn't come without the hard work, if that makes sense. So if you're really into minding yourself and minding your pelvic floor, I will leave the link to the Body Ready Method program down below. It is an affiliate link because I have just been certified as a Body Ready Method Pro myself. And so as a part of that, we can join their affiliate program. But would highly, highly recommend. And it's lovely because actually the movements are almost like, it's almost like birth prep paired with like daily affirmations and like strengthening. It's like strength, tone, flexibility, mobility, pelvic floor work all paired into one. So it's really checking so many boxes, and I feel so good afterwards. Another of the things that I have noticed is like, up until now perhaps, or up until I started getting more seriously into working out and minding myself a bit more, when my stress was at an all-time high, you will remember if you watch my previous videos, and that I started feeling some symphysis pubis dysfunction, so some irritation at the front of the, literally where your vagina meets the two where the pelvic bones come together at the front, just because of, I think, the stress that I was having, the lack of sleep, the way that I wasn't supporting my pelvic floor and my core in the way that I should be. And now that has completely disappeared. That, and the other thing that I had started to feel, which I never had in pregnancy, was some like numbness and tingling and aching of my wrists. So I've been doing two things to like focus on that, but I perhaps should make a full video on how to like ease both SPD and carpal tunnel syndrome, because I feel like that would be really helpful for some of you. But now we're like back again. I have been having hormonal headaches, like migraines, which has been a bit yucky, and I do find that they're very much tension related. I've recently bought myself one of these lovely heat packs, like goes around your neck and like down your back, and so that's been really nice. And it's something that I've been trying to just like, even if I'm sitting at the laptop, just like, okay, melting my shoulders away from my ears, putting this lovely heat pack on and just like tapping away this way, you know, bringing it up to eye level so I'm not constantly down like this. And that's been really helpful. I'm just trying to see, is there anything else on this list? I am going to make a video of my pregnancy favorites, because I feel like they have changed a lot this time around, and some of them are really quite specific. I'm no longer feeling sicky like I was saying. The dizziness is a bit yucky. I definitely need to work on eating more. I don't know if you can even notice on camera, but like this like softness of like the jowls cheeks, I don't know, and like my arms and like here, I've just like softened a lot this pregnancy, and a lot sooner. And so I've been like catching myself, I guess because I do like a fair bit of looking at myself when I film, when I edit, doing that kind of thing. And generally it wouldn't bother me because I don't look in the mirror. I don't look in the mirror all day, every day, because I'm just with my kids and they don't care and I don't care really. But it's funny, you know, just sort of, there's sort of the, you know, the aging woman, and then there's, you know, pregnancy, and how it's so normal for us to soften as we develop and grow these little humans, and yet it still feels so strange. It's something that I guess maybe it's my eating disorder, maybe it's just the fact that it changes so quickly and so so much so out of your control that it feels so odd. I don't know. I'm trying to like continue my working out to feel good. I'm also investing in a couple of like, I've never bought, literally never invested in maternity wear. I've always just worn what I had or done like, you know, some of the like tips and tricks to make them fit, or gone and like borrowed maternity stuff from friends. But this time around I've actually invested in some really beautiful pieces. This is not one of them. This is actually, again, a borrow from a friend, but it's so cute and I feel like it fits the bump really nicely and will fit me like in a really sweet way postpartum as well, because it's going to be peak summer here in Ireland. Literally, it's never warm, but it will be warm then, I'm hoping. Here's a wee update. If you can see what the sun, look at this sweet baby. Looking like a proper baby now. We're finding out what we're having in 2 weeks' time, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Let's read what's going on with this little one, because I know you guys love to hear the updates on what's happening. Your baby looks very much like they will at their birth, only smaller. Baby's busy sucking their thumb, yawning and kicking in your uterus. I'm definitely feeling that, all of the movement. I haven't been like checked in as much. I guess like I just don't have the time. I'm much busier than I was with each of my other pregnancies, and I think, you know, I have to really be very quite intentional about taking the time to check in, mostly when the other kids are gone to bed, or if I'm putting Archer down for a nap, I'll just like check in and just like, you know, hi little baby, and you know, feel them moving and become accustomed to their patterns and what's normal for them. Hair is growing on your baby's head and their facial features are fully formed. Amazing. Bump is becoming more pronounced. I do not have that linea nigra, which I know a lot of people get, and interestingly, I got with my second pregnancy, not with my first, got with my second, and I don't have now. Like no little line, nothing. This is just a little birthmark. How odd, isn't that just crazy? But it seems to be like just different baby. Dare I say it's a different pregnancy because it's a girl? Who knows? And due to the extra blood volume, you're probably peeing more. I'd say, hilariously, it says your appetite is back. My appetite has not come back. I have not been interested in food. I was really looking forward to just like devouring all of the types of food and just really enjoying food this pregnancy. My appetite has not come back. And where I would previously, like, I'm not a baker, but I love to cook. And I love to feed people, and I love to try new recipes, and I love to, you know, do different things in the kitchen. I love feeding my family, and we used to do a lot of like planning and prepping, and on Instagram, and I would go through cookery books just for fun. I can't even look at a picture of food without feeling sick. It's bizarre. It's bizarre. It just hasn't left me. Yeah. And so that's really interesting. It hasn't gone away. Feeling warmer. I definitely did in my other 2 pregnancies. Haven't noticed that quite the same this time round, but no doubt it is to come. That's just due to the extra blood volume. Drinking lots of water. I need to definitely kind of increase my water intake, but I'm also drinking trace minerals with my water and little electrolyte mixes. So I think I'm not feeling the thirst in the same way because that's really hydrating me properly from the inside out. Yeah, that's the main things. And then it's just saying, make sure you're eating enough, talk to your partner, start looking into prenatal classes. Interestingly, I think I'm going to try, this is the first time that I think I'm going to try and get Pete to take a prenatal class. Probably he'll just watch my own one, which, spoiler alert, I'm releasing something very exciting. Maybe I won't tell you exactly what it is, but I'm going to maybe get Pete to like preview that stuff, because while I love his presence and it's so like, it feels really great to have him as like the guardian of the cave, he's a little bit flappy. He's a little bit, he doesn't know what to do with himself. And so I think some like really like focused tools for him to be able to better understand the birthing process and how he can be supportive and helpful to me will be really good, particularly because I had a very fast birth last time. If you haven't watched my birth video with Archer, I will leave that link down below somewhere, but it was a really wonderful birth experience, and I think it would have been made even better if I didn't have to like think of something to focus Pete or take him out of the room because he was unhelpful. I do, in any of the courses that I teach, make sure that I focus on preparing the partner in particular. And so we also have like little cheat sheets for partners and like advocacy scripts and things like that for just navigating the system and navigating birth as the birth support person. So if you are looking for birth prep, I've just released my new website down below and I would love to support you. Okay, I'm gonna go back downstairs to my babies. It's a beautiful day. Tomorrow is Easter morning, and we're gonna go and do a little Easter egg hunt with our friends, and I'm just so excited for us all to be here. One of my best friends has just come back for a visit, and we had her around all day yesterday, and it was just like, oh, I wish she lived nearby so that we could co-parent together. But that was just like a little sneak peek into like, oh yeah, this is how it should be. We're not meant to be doing this on our own. Okay, I'm gonna leave you be. I hope you all have a beautiful day, and I'll see you in the next one.